Hey, good afternoon, YouTube. How you doing? It's your boy True Thought, coming to you from AIT. Uh, Sorry it took me so long to get to this video, get to making this video. I meant to make this about 3 weeks ago. Just got kind of busy. I don't have a whole lot of time, so I'm just gonna kind of jump into it real quick. I'm not gonna make a video that talks about basic training, so to speak, because you can find that video pretty much all over YouTube, and most times you're gonna find everyone kind of saying the same things as far as what they experience: red phase, blue phase, red phase, white phase, blue phase, and even in some cases red, white, and blue phase. You'll see that if you have any questions about those phases, just drop me a note and I'll happily respond to that. But what I'm going to talk about really are just 5 things that I found extremely beneficial to helping you make it through basic training. I think these are like 5 keys to making it through basic training, no matter what kind of level of stress you experience through basic training. One thing to know for sure, sometimes a soldier's basic training experience may differ from another soldier's. It all really depends on the drill sergeants that they have that are in charge of them. Some drill sergeants are a little more lenient, others are harsher or more disciplined. Some will speak to you more so in a mentoring tone, others will speak very harsh. So it just all depends. So I'm going to get right into it. So let's say number one. Number one is probably one of the most important. Come in shape. It's extremely important to come to basic training in shape. If you think that you're going to be joining the military, you're in high school, before you graduate, join a gym. If you're not involved in athletics, join a gym, get out and start running, get out and start pushing yourself physically, because I guarantee you that when you get to basic training, if you're not in shape, you're going to wish that you were. I started training for basic training about a year, a year before I left for basic training. And for me, from week 3 or 4 on until graduation, my knees were sore, my legs were sore, my feet were sore, my arms were sore. And that's every day they were sore. Simply because of the physical rigors that basic training puts you through. So do what you have to do to give yourself enough time to come in shape. If you are trying to lose weight, try to lose some of that weight before you come into basic training. I guarantee you will lose weight in basic training. We had somebody, I think they lost like 20, 25 pounds, something like that, while in our platoon, while we were in basic training. So you're going to lose weight, but it makes it a lot easier on you dealing with all you're going to have to deal with if you come physically in shape and physically ready to do the things that are going to be required of you to do. Number 2, come mentally strong. This is a time where you're not really going to have access to your loved ones, those people who would normally be your support system, who would normally be your encouragement, who would normally say those encouraging and nice things, nice and loving things to you that you're used to hearing. Depending on, again, who your drill sergeants are, you might get a call whenever you phase from red phase to white phase, and from white phase to blue phase. But then there are some drill sergeants that don't give you a call at all. So it just kind of depends. So kind of come mentally prepared to have minimal or even no contact with your family during your time at basic training. So you're really going to have to be able to motivate yourself. Number one, be able to motivate yourself through the tough times. Develop tough skin. That's very important. Again, depending on the type of drill sergeant you have, some drill sergeants, again, they take more of a mentoring role. They're not very harsh, but then you have other drill sergeants who are extremely harsh, in their tone and in their words that they use when they're talking to you and about you. And so you need to make sure you have tough skin, because if you have that kind of a drill sergeant, if you don't have tough skin, they'll run you right out of the Army. They'll run you out of basic training. And you don't want that. You want to be able to not stand up to, but you want to be able to endure it and use it as motivation. And also, you want to develop thick skin because you and your battle buddies are going to be motivating each other. And sometimes, your battle might have to be a little harsh with you, or you might have to be a little harsh with them in order to get them to move from point A to point B. And if you don't have thick skin, you'll take it the wrong way, and it'll become a destructive tool instead of a motivating tool. So you want to come, again, make sure you have thick skin. Get some thick skin. If you don't have it, get some thick skin, because you're not going to be spoken to in the same tone that your family and friends speak to you. And next and last thing, for that point at least, take the tough times as challenges. I'll say, like, from my experience, probably after the second or third day, I was getting cramps in my arms from doing so many push-ups. We were pretty much, we were being PT, to death for at least like the first 5 weeks. My platoon got PT to death. Um, and there are times where you just look at it and you're like, you know what, this is just not worth it. I don't understand. Uh, I I can I can have an easier life back home. They're very tough. Like I said, those drill sergeants will talk to you in a very tough way, very rough way, occasionally a very demeaning way. And you have to look at those things, whether it be getting smoked, whether it be the way that you're being talked to. You have to look at those things and take those things as challenges. Um, for us, for me, my battle, I think it's like the third day after our initial 3 days of smoking. Again, we were looking at each other like, why are we here? What in the heck are we doing? And eventually, after we're talking to each other, we start motivating each other. We just say, you know what, cool. They're going to keep doing this, so we're going to take this as constructive PT. It's meant as punishment, but we're going to take it and we're going to make it and make us stronger. We're going to let it make us stronger. And so we actually started enjoying getting smoked. We enjoyed the PT. We enjoyed the hill sessions. We enjoyed the push-ups because we knew that it was making us strong. And once we got to that mindset, it completely changed how we saw things, and it also made our basic training experience that much more bearable because we weren't always looking at it as a negative. We changed that negative into a positive. And we kind of use that to fuel us all the way through graduation. And so, again, that kind of plays into being mentally tough. You want to come mentally tough, ready to deal with the things that you're going to have to deal with. Again, it varies depending on your drill sergeants. But come expecting a very intense process. I will say this, you'll look on the YouTube videos of Army basic training, and it doesn't always seem that bad. Well, it can be. It's actually worse as far as the way they talk. But when it's all said and done, they're not going to kill you. They're not going to shoot you. They're not going to stab you. They're not going to do those kinds of things. And so you can deal with it. You can take it. It's just a mental thing. It takes some mental fortitude in order to deal with it. And so when you get there, if you're not already up on your mental fortitude, use that as an opportunity to build up your mental fortitude. Number 3, remember why you're there. You'll hear that a lot when you get to basic training for those who are going. You'll hear that a lot. No, remember your why. Remember why you're there, because again, when you're stuck, getting PT because of somebody else's stupidity, or you're getting PT to death because of your own stupidity, or you're just doing something, or you're just kind of sitting around doing nothing but having to remain quiet for no reason, and it seems like you're wasting time. Your knowing your why is going to motivate you through all of those times. For me, my why was my family, so I continued to keep them in the forefront of my mind the entire time I was going through basic training. When things were getting rough, or if they were like just ridiculous times, I just kept them in mind, knowing that I was there for my family, and I didn't want to disappoint my family. I didn't want my daughter to have a quitter as a father. I didn't want to come back home and be a failure. So I kept those things in my mind, so that way I can. Anytime the thought of not wanting to be there, wanting to quit, wanting to go home came to my mind, I was able to counteract it with, I'm here for my family. I'm here for my family. I'm doing this for my family, and that pushed me past those moments. And trust me, there will be moments, more than a few, during basic training where you feel like, I just want to go home. I don't feel like being here anymore. I'm over this. This is kind of this is just ridiculous. But keep pushing through those. Keep pushing yourself through those things, and I guarantee you, you'll be happy at the end. Number 4. Oh, I'm looking down because I wrote all this stuff down here. So if you keep seeing me look down, it's because I'm looking down into my notebook. Number 4, use the battle system. So the Army has the battle buddy system for a reason. One of the most obvious reasons is you're not allowed to go anywhere in basic training and in AIT actually. You're not allowed to go anywhere by yourself. You have to have a battle buddy with you at all times. Number 1, it's because you don't want anybody to be hurt. If they're hurt, if something happens to them, you have somebody else who can report back and get help for you. Number 2, it just kind of simulates you in combat situations or out in war. If you're by yourself, you're more liable to be hurt, killed if you're by yourself, as opposed if you have someone with you who can help you defend each other. And so use your battle and basic training. Whoever your battle buddy is, whoever you're battled with, you need use them as your encouragement. Me and my battle, that's what we did. We encouraged each other the entire time we were there. We just kept pushing each other to meet the challenges that were physical and that were mental.